Hello and welcome back to Board Game Acrobat, where today we're going to be having a look at this game, Trial by Trolley by Cyanide and Happiness. Now here I have the Derailed edition, which is the Kickstarter edition. However, I will look at all of the bits that you only get in the retail pledge, in the retail version of this game. But I'll also show a few of the Derailed edition as well, just so that you can, if you want to try and get one on eBay or places like that, you can see what you'd be getting out of it. So Trial by Trolley is a party game of moral dilemmas and trolley murder. One player is the conductor and must choose to send an out-of-control trolley down one or two tracks, crushing everyone in its path. Everyone else splits into two teams and tries to convince the conductor to spare everyone on their track and kill everyone on the other track. It's murderous fun for the whole family. So it's for 3 to 13 players, ages 14 plus, and is 15 plus minutes to play the game. So yeah, like I just said, it's the trolley problem basically. Which track do you choose? You're on one track to kill 5 people, but if you switch the track you'd only kill 1 person. Do you do it? It's that kind of thing. And it's by Cyanide, Happiness and Skybound games. And if you've watched The Good Place at all, which I have been watching just before I got this game actually, you'll be very aware of the trolley problem, so I think that was great timing on my behalf. I'm really looking forward to figuring out what you would do really. So yeah, I'll do a quick run through of how this game plays, and then at the end I'll give you my own thoughts and feelings on the game. So, that. So you have the instructions there, and then you have the board. So in the retail pledge, I don't know why I keep saying that, in the retail version, this is the side of the board you have, but if you're able to get your hands on the Kickstarter version, the Derailed edition, you'd also get to choose between this side, where, as you can see, it has been used. So we just use the retail version for the moment. So what you do is, in your group, you'd pick who is the conductor first, and you'd give them this board facing this way. And then you get out all of the cards. So there's quite a lot of cards that come with this game. We have this one. You give them a shuffle and put them to the side. Then you'd have the, I'm not entirely sure what it's definitely called, but then we have the, I'm just going to say evil deck, because these are bad people and stuff, so there's a Han Solo mime in there, a sniper attempting to assassinate your local congressperson, and then George Lucas at the exact moment he thought of Jar Jar Binks. You give them all a shuffle and pop them to the side, and then we have the innocent deck, as you can see there. You give all of these a shuffle again and you put them to the side, and they have this kind of stuff. Everyone under the age of 15, the world's entire supply of coffee beans, a philosopher who will one day bring peace to the world, the Garden of Eden. So yeah, you give them a shuffle and you put them to the side. Just want to randomize these a tiny bit. Okay, and then, like I said, if you're not the conductor, everyone else is split into 2 teams. Now the teams don't really matter, as this will be changing. Right. Each team would then get 3 cards from each deck. Right. And then the next team would get the same. And then, so the first card that goes down is 1 random innocent card from the top of the deck for each track. So this would go down here, so we have the last avocado tree and enough food to feed all the starving kids on Earth. So that's the stuff. And then each team would choose from their innocent hand. You can do this however you want. You can either have one player choose from each one, or you can all discuss and keep it a secret. So yeah, I don't know what's here, but let's just put down one of them. And this is the final match for 3rd grade chess tournament, and then say the other team picked Disneyland. Oh, I have a friend who would not want to do that. I don't think I've seen that card before. Okay, and then you pick from your evil hand, or whatever you want to call it, and you're picking this to go on the other team's track. So say this one, again, haven't had a look, but it's just going through it quickly. Puts this one on the other team's track, which is the owner of a profitable dog fighting business, and then the other team puts a serial axe murderer on this track. And then you take the last hand, which is these cards, which just have writing on, and you put them on any card that is out. And they'll have stuff like has your phone number and knows where you live, is 98 years old, and ignored 6 bright red warning signs, climbed 2 fences, and evaded a railway security guard to get here. So yeah, they'll have, and you can put them anywhere you want. So I'm going to put that on Disneyland because that's kind of funny. And the other team, 90% chance to win the next presidential election. I'm going to put that on the serial axe murderer. And yeah, and then all of the cards that haven't been used go into a discard pile. And then it is the conductor's choice. Now, as he's making his choice, and all the way through the game, your team's going to want to be trying to persuade the conductor why they should spare your track and destroy the other track. And yeah, that is. And then the conductor chooses which track to do, which track to run over. And I'm not going to think too much into this because otherwise I might be here a while, but I'm just going to say I run over this track. So if I run over that track, every player on that team would then get one of these skull tokens. And I hope these are in the retail version. I'm not entirely sure on this bit. But yeah, so there's 1 on one side, and then on the other side they change to 3 if you get up to 3, just to make it so you don't have too many. So every player would then get a skull token each. All of these cards would go to the discard pile. The conductor would then move on to the next person, and 2 new teams would be formed. And you keep going around like this until everyone's being the conductor, or if there's not that many people playing. I've normally done it, the conductor goes around twice, because it is I do enjoy this game. And then yeah, whoever has the least amount of skull tokens at the end is the winner. And that's how you play the game. If you want a more in-depth look at the game, or a slower look at the game, how to play, then check out my how to play video that is on this channel. But so let's have a look at some of the stuff that you can get in the Trolley edition, the Kickstarter edition. So you'd also get these figures here. So we get a Trolley, which I've always enjoyed because of it then means as you're going down, you can build up a bit of suspense as you slowly get into the cross graphs, and then you actually run over the track if you're the conductor. And then there's also these 2 figures of we've got Trolley Town there, and what's his name? Something Sam. I don't remember, but these both can stand around and watch as you kill all of your people, all of the people or things. So yeah, those only come with the Kickstarter edition. I do like the little trolley. That has always been very fun. The Kickstarter edition also comes with some expansion packs. So we've got some Trial by Trolley expansion pack. There's also a Joking Hazard expansion pack with the trolley theme, and also this Kickstarter expansion, which I haven't opened any of these yet. I haven't needed to open any of these because we played this quite a few times, but as you can see, all of these decks are really thick. So as of the moment, I haven't required new cards to try and change it up, which is definitely an up point of the game. The fact that all I've used is the retail version. I haven't used any of the expansions yet, and I've still been able to get quite a lot of fun out of the game. One of the things is when decks are this big, however, as you can see, like my hands are quite big as well, but I still wasn't able to pick up all of it, and trying to shuffle a deck this big to make it very random as possible, is definitely quite difficult. However, taking the replayability that decks this big grants, that's not really a problem. The other thing is, I think that can be a little bit, the SD card ran out of space, so hopefully I remember everything that I was going through. So yeah, replayability, great. I also enjoy how, like, for myself, my humour is really stupid, and I really enjoy that you're able to make this like quite stupid, because there's cards like I'm not sure, but there's stuff like a flying shark that's going to kill you and that kind of stuff, and you can make them into 3 kids in a trench coat, or you can make the Batmobile into 3 kids in a trench coat and stuff like that. And as stupid as it is, that's what I love. And yeah, that does seem to be something such as, like I said, when Disneyland came out, I hadn't seen that before, and it would be perfect for one of my friends. Stuff like that, where there are cards that are just perfect for people. Only problem with games like this as well, though, is some of them, if you don't get the reference, they're a waste of a card and that kind of thing. You can't use the card. You might get 3 cards where you know the person won't understand them, or you think they will and they just don't, and that can be a bit. There's also, with the 2 first random cards, the ones that have come out today have been quite nice, but some of the times the first card that you don't even get to pick in the team is the card that persuades it for the conductor, and they know straight away which track they're going to run over. It doesn't even matter what the other cards are. That can be a bit annoying as well, if, like, say you're one of the teams and the other team have a card that you know they just won't run over, and it's like, it's not as bad when they get picked by the other team, but because of it's random and you could have had it, it's but yeah, other than that, I think that's all I have to say about Trial by Trolley. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you like it, and please consider subscribing for more board game related content and a bit of acrobatics here and there. And until next time, share the love of board games.